Those encouraging words. We now move on to the formal inauguration of World Space Week 2022 celebrations. We feel deeply honored to have with us today Shri Arif Mohammed Khan, Honorable Governor of Kerala. Shri Arif Mohammed Khan took charge as Governor of Kerala in September 2019. An alumnus of the prestigious Aligarh Muslim University and Lucknow University, he has been involved in social activities and writing right from his student days. Shri Arif Mohammed Khan has been Member of Parliament 4 times and had held responsibilities as Minister multiple times. He has earned the reputation of one who always places principles over positions. Shri Arif Mohammed Khan is a scholar of repute as well as a strong advocate of social reforms and women empowerment. He is the author of the best-selling book, Text and Context, Quran and Contemporary Challenges, and regularly contributes articles and columns related to various social issues. It is my privilege to request you, sir, to inaugurate this year's World Space Week celebrations by lighting the traditional lamp. May I also request all the dignitaries on the dais to join him in lighting the lamp. थैंक यू सर्स। अब मैं ऑनरेबल गवर्नर श्री आरिफ मोहम्मद खान जी से सादर निवेदन करना चाहूँगी कि वे इस सभा को संबोधित करें।
Shri S. Somnath ji, Chairman ISRO, Dr. S. Unnikrishnan Nair, Director VSSC, Dr. V. Narayanan, Director Liquid Propulsion System Center, Dr. D. Sam Daila Dev, Director ISRO, Shri C. Manoj ITS Chief Controller VSSC, Dr. V. Narayanan, Director LPSC, Shri Vinod Kumar N, Deputy Director, Shrimati Beena AP, Group Director STEG, Sahodri Sahodran Mare, Elavarkum Ente Vandanam. I am absolutely delighted. I want to express my gratitude, heartfelt gratitude, for the kind invitation and giving me this opportunity not only to inaugurate the Space Week, but also come face to face with so many wonderful, erudite space researchers. Without seeing you, we feel proud of you. And when you, even in your life, if you admire somebody and you come face to face with that person, then for some moments you feel lost. You do not know how to express your feelings. That is when you meet an individual whom you admire. I am meeting so many of them whom I admire. And honestly, I am not presumptuous enough to feel that I can find adequate words to give expression to my feelings, but I am overwhelmed. I tried to locate in my iPad, I could not, therefore maybe I won't be able to quote the exact words, but famous theologian, Saint Augustine, he was a great speaker. He was speaking to a group of specialists of a subject about which he knew nothing personally. So he said, I have not been able to locate it, but it came to my mind, could not locate it. But I'm giving you the gist. He said, blessed are those who listen, but the speaker should not be arrogant. And only you can't know. Only God knows what I'm going through. Therefore, if I am not able to say anything which is worthwhile, then please excuse me. And now, the chairman, ISRO, Shri Somnath, referred to some earlier speech which I made somewhere, in which I talked about Surya Siddhant. I have my prepared speech with me. If you permit me, then I will depart from that. Because it is mostly, I have already said that I cannot find adequate words to praise you. The only thing I can say is that as an Indian, like every other Indian, we are grateful and we feel proud of you. It is the same thing which has been said in most part of my prepared speech. So I want to depart from that. And say that now we have completed 75 years of our independence. And the period ahead has been described by our Honorable Prime Minister as Amrit Kal. And by Amrit Kal, what he means is that we take stock of the situation. We become cognizant and aware of the dreams of our freedom fighters, known and unknown, who made huge personal sacrifices. Many of them had not dreamed that they will see the sun of independence. Yet they made all sacrifices so that we can live a life of dignity. We can raise our heads in the Committee of Nations as an equal member. And we don't have to carry this yoke of slavery on our shoulders. They made huge sacrifices. We need to ask ourselves how far we have traveled in the direction to realize, to fulfill the goals which they had set before us. And now, since we have completed 75 years, we have celebrated Azadi Ka Amrit Mahotsav. Now we need to redouble our efforts. And before we are 100, we have this, maybe many of us will not be here, but the people then, the Indians, can heave a sigh of relief that yes, we have moved with the speed to realize the dreams of our freedom fighters. And we have made our freedom meaningful. And since you are, if we go by, the people can do very well only when they realize their own genius. What is their genius? There is no person, na aksharam mantrahinam, na moolam noshidham, ayogya purusham nasti yojak istatra durlabha. There is not a single syllable in any language which does not have the power of mantra. And there is not any vegetation, no leaf, no root, which is without the qualities of medicine. Likewise, there is no human being who is devoid of qualities. The scarcity is of those who recognize the qualities and put their qualities to proper use. Nobody is worthless. There is a verse in Quran which says, Rabbana ma khalaqta hadha batilan. God has not created anything without a purpose. And here are people I'm talking to. They are both Gyan Yogi and Karm Yogi. Yatra Yogeshvara Krishna, Yatra Partha Dhanurdhara, Tatra Vijay Shri, Dhurva Niti Mati Mam. Where the Gyan and Karm, they unite. Then Sanjay says, these are not the words of Bhagwan Krishna. The final shlok of the Gita. Sanjay says, because after the battle was over, he said, wherever Yogeshwar and Dhanurdhar, Gyan Yogi and Karm Yogi will come together, they are bound to attain victory. They are bound to attain prosperity, justice, niti. And he says, this is my firm opinion. And in you I see combination of both. Because you are exploring a science which had become as good as dead for us. And then that knowledge which you acquire, you are translating it into applications, not only to make us feel more secure as a nation, but also contributing tremendously in the process of growth, economic growth, development, progress. Your research is helping the farmers. Your research is helping the entrepreneurs. Your research is helping people in various fields. You have great responsibility on your shoulders. And here I would like to quote Gurudev Rabindranath Tagore. He said, India cannot attain true freedom, independence, unless it is recognized that her foundation is in mind, which with its diverse powers and confidence in those powers goes on all the time creating Swaraj for itself. Even one of our ancient texts, Shatpat Brahmin says, Bharato Agni Ityahu. What is said is, normally we feel that name Bharat came from one prince. That may also be true. But Shatpat Brahmin says this country got its name as Bharat because we are descendants of a people who used to worship a fire which was named as Bharat. And Tej is the natural quality of fire. Luster, brightness, sharpness of mind, power of mind. That is the genius of India. We were considered as knowledge hub of the world even before times when the European Renaissance, who are today leaders in most of these fields, the Renaissance in Europe had not even taken off fully. We were considered as knowledge hub. Then why we have such a tragic history? This question used to, because I had started participating in debates and essay writing competitions since very young days, since my school days. So my teachers, and I was very, very fortunate to have very good teachers who guided me splendidly. They will help me not only with my diction, with my pronunciation, with the language, but with preparing the talking points, everything. Then this question is start because, and they will emphatically say to me, said merely speaking, anybody will do it. You should read widely. Not just the topic on which you are going to discuss. Always highlighted this thing. So therefore I became very interested in reading all these subjects. And this question used to bother me a lot. If India was the knowledge destination of the world, Arab historians of the 11th and 12th century, you refer to Tabari, you refer to Ibn Kasir, Ibn Asir, anybody. And the first volume, most of the part is devoted to India. And what they say? There are 5 dominions, 5 civilizations in the world. The Iranian civilization is known for its majesty. Roman civilization for its beauty. Chinese civilization for its craftsmanship. Turks for their bravery. And India is the only civilization which is known for promotion of knowledge and wisdom. If that was the position, why our history has been so tragic? The answer we find in the lectures of Swami Vivekananda and in the writings of Swami Ranganathananda. They say we were worshippers, devotees of knowledge, Ma Saraswati. We are going to have next week Vidya Arambham in Kerala. So, the knowledge is so important that when child is initiated into knowledge, then it is an occasion for celebration. That is the importance of knowledge in our tradition. And from being worshippers of Ma Saraswati, we reduced ourselves into villains of Ma Saraswati when we closed the doors, when we denied access to knowledge to our masses. And Swami Vivekananda says, in that process the society was weakened and we became vulnerable. In fact, there is a dialogue in Upanishad which says, I think I have already quoted, tapas, our tradition is tapas swadhyay nirittam, ever devoted to the pursuit of knowledge. And then the question is raised in Upanishad, what is tapa? Various answers are given. But the answer which finds general acceptance is, tapa is swa adhyay plus pirvachan. Do your best. In fact, I think I can add one more quote from Swami Vivekananda. He says, what is the purpose of life? Pursuit of happiness, individual happiness. If the purpose of life is to pursue individual happiness, then what can prevent me from making others unhappy in order to secure my happiness? He says, purpose of life cannot be happiness. The real happiness, he says, purpose of life is to acquire knowledge. Because it is knowledge which gives you power of discernment. Vidya gives you vivek, where you become empowered not only to make difference between right and wrong, but also various shades of right and wrong. The shade of right, which is more beneficial, there is a, I don't remember it, the exact words, but there is a shlok in Narad Samhita, which says that speaking truth is the best. But better than that is speaking something which is beneficial to everybody. And further it says that something which benefits mankind, in my opinion, is the ultimate truth. We can't live just for ourselves. That is not the purpose of human life. Swami Vivekananda says that, but I should complete the other thing which I was saying, I brought in Swami Vivekananda, that what is tapa? Swadhyay plus pirvachan. Sharing knowledge, acquisition of knowledge and sharing of knowledge. Again the attitude is same. That don't imprison knowledge within yourself. Sir, you are celebrating this week. I am sure the spirit behind this celebration is that you want to share this knowledge with others. You want to create awareness in the society, particularly among our young generations who will carry on their shoulders the responsibility of the nation in the coming years. Again, I think I have already taken my time, so I will give you my very best wishes. Again, I would like to express, not only on my behalf, on behalf of our people, that how much confidence we have in you, how much proud we are of you. And I am sure in the coming years, you will contribute greatly in realizing the dreams of the freedom fighters. And by the time we reach 100, India, and one thing we can be certain of, when we talk of a strong India, powerful India, then nobody in the world need feel concerned about it. Because as far as we are concerned, our tradition is samam sarveshu bhuteshu tishthantam parmeshwaram vinashyat swa vinashyantam ya pashyati sa pashyati. Our tradition tells us, and this is deeply rooted despite the fact that we, as I earlier said, that we had become alienated from the knowledge tradition for quite long period of time during the period of our decline. But somewhere in the DNA of Indians, when you refer to these things, it evokes very positive reaction. We believe that it is the same divinity which dwells in everybody. And vinashyat swa, vinashyantam, in things which are perishable, which ultimately perish, we see the imperishable. That divine dwells in everybody, and we are all spiritually connected. Therefore, we are not only responsible for ourselves, each individual, but we are also responsible for the community in which we are living, for the district in which we are living, for the state in which we are living, for the nation in which we are living. And then ultimately, as Mahatma Gandhi had said, that I want to see India free and strong. Because a subjugated and weak India is of no use to herself or to others. I want India to become free and strong, and so strong that if on some occasion it is required that India die so that humanity can live, we are in a position to do that. If India becomes strong, India becomes any kind of weapons, people do not, there is no need for anybody to feel concerned. India can use its power, howsoever powerful it becomes, it will use its power only for the welfare of mankind. Loka samasta sukhino bhavantu. Jai Hind, Jai Bharat. Thank you very much.